Hello again, everyone, and welcome to another Around the Town of Branford with Henry and Frank. I'm Frank Toohill. Now, you've all heard about the Great Thimble Island cruises before, right? Captain Mike Infantino, he has a great boat down there, the Sea Mist. They give a nice 45-minute tour of the fascinating Thimble Islands. And if you haven't taken that tour, I strongly advise it. It's really terrific. It runs every day except Tuesday. So last year, Captain Mike decided to branch out and start a new cruise in Branford on the Branford River and featuring Branford Harbor. Now, Branford Harbor has the most number of recreational boats in the state here in the harbor. There's lots of marinas, and so we're just about to board Captain Mike Infantino's Branford River cruise boat, the Island Time. And you're going to be seeing all the recreational boats. It's a beautiful day in early July, perfect temperature, nice and bright today, calm river as you can see. It's going to be a great trip, and we're going to take you out on the Island Time right now. You're going to come with us on the cruise. So just some information about the cruise. First of all, it is located at Safe Harbor, which is Bruce and Johnson's, and it's at 99 Block Island Road. And you can get tickets. This particular boat runs every day except Tuesday. And this is a great cruise tonight because once a week they have the oyster cruise. You can actually buy oysters, and you'll be seeing that on our program. And then every Friday, they have two cruises that leave from the Stony Creek Brewery here on the Branford River, and the two cruises leave at 4:30 and 6:30. So you can get your tickets online, thimbleislandcruise.com, and the phone number is 488-8905. Now, the cruise of the Thimble Islands is 45 minutes. This cruise is an hour and a half. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the highlights of the cruise to you on this program. So it's going to be a great program and, great cruise. It's a beautiful river. You're going to be seeing the beautiful salt marshes, some of the wildlife, hopefully, lots of boats, and beautiful homes. So stay with us. We're just about to board the Island Time and head out on the Branford River. So please stay with us as Around the Town of Branford with Henry and Frank continues. Okay, it's great to be here on the Island Time. We're just about to shove off and go out on the Branford River. This particular boat holds 28 passengers, and they're all coming aboard now. You see, they're all smiling, having a great time already. Once they get on the boat, it works right like magic. And you see here, this is the sandbar they have right here, where you can buy drinks. And over here is the oyster station from Leeds Island Oysters. Hello, good evening. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Thrilled to be with you guys.
Yeah, it's very nice. So this is the oyster cruise that you have once a week?
So twice a month. Every other Wednesday night, we do oysters for sale on Island Time. Our oysters are harvested in the Thimble Islands, so it's a nice kind of local touch to add to everything.
Oh, that's really great. So just out of curiosity, how's the crop this year?
It's actually very good. We've been selling both at the Stony Creek Farmers Market, also at at Bishop's. They have a CSA there, so we sell there, pop up a couple times during the summer, and then do this, and it's been really great. Things have been going well.
So also, too, to buy the Stony Creek oysters, if people can't go to those two places you mentioned, they can call and order, though, right?
Yes, they can. They can just call me directly, and we can put up my card for everybody, and they can just call me directly.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Harris. So it's 203-494-8246. 494-8246 if you want to order for yourself some, world famous delicious, the best there is. Stony Creek oysters, grown and raised right in the waters of Stony Creek. That's really great to know. So you have this twice a month.
Twice a month, exactly. And as you say, any other time, they're more than welcome to just either shoot me a text or give me a call, and then we'll be able to fulfill small orders, big orders, whatever they want. If they just want something for one evening, or if they've got a big party, we can make it work.
Oh, that's really great. Okay, so there's a lot that's offered here on the boat. It's an hour and a half tour. It goes down the river, past the harbor, and now if you look over here, you can see this is like the end of the harbor area. It turns into Sybil Creek up there, by Lenny's and by the stand, there's a small bridge there, small culvert, which is brand new. The state, they put the new bridge there, and that's Sybil Creek. So that's just a short distance upstream right over there. And then to our right here, that's Linden Shores, right? That's over there. Those are just beautiful homes at Linden Shores, and also they have great views, of the river. So it's a nice, cool, breezy night. It's just perfect to be here on the river. And as I said before, they do run every day except Tuesdays, and you can get the schedule by going to the website. You can buy the tickets on the website. It's thimbleislandcruise.com. Now there's some oysters that are being shucked by Emily Harris from the Leeds Island Oyster Company, and as you can see, there's already people lined up to purchase them. And it's going to be a great trip here. And as she said before, so twice a month they have the oyster cruise. So there's more people boarding right now. It's almost 6:30. We'll be leaving, in about 4 minutes. And it's going to be great. It's a perfect evening for the cruise. They do have cruises late morning, afternoons, and evening. As I said before, 2 cruises leave from the Stony Creek Brewery, 4:30 and 6:30 every Friday night. So if you like that, you can combine an afternoon at the Stony Creek Brewery, and then you can board the ship 4:30 or 6:30 on every Friday. So all right, they're just closing the door to the boat. All passengers are on board. We're just about to shove off, so stay with us. Our coverage will continue here on the Island Time cruise boat here in Branford River. Stay with us. Okay, we just left the Branford Harbor area, and we're now in the river, and this is Safe Harbor. Bruce and Johnson's you're seeing. Look at all these rows of yachts and sailboats. They're really amazing. I mean, the only way to see Bruce and Johnson's is to, from the water. It's really amazing. And every slip is full every year. People rent these slips, the same slip, for years and years. Now, looking straight ahead, you're seeing up the river there, and straight ahead is Foot Park. And then, if you look where that white boat is going in front of us, those condominiums there are Sylvan Point. And then if you look around to the left, there's some new houses there that were just built. They're going for like $1.2 million each, and they're all sold out, I believe. That was an old marina. It was really almost derelict, about to fall down. They have all those beautiful slips there in front, and then it seemed like at the last minute somebody came in and bought it. All the slips are now rented, and those condos were just built. And so, there's, as I said before, lots and lots of pleasure boats here on the harbor. Now, if we could speak to our captain. Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Hey, what's going on? How are you, folks?
I mean, the ship is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a fun place. This boat is a good for smaller groups because it's everybody's on top, kind of close to each other. So.
Oh, it's perfect.
Compared to the Sea Mist, there's an upper deck and a lower deck. Here, everybody's kind of all together,
That's a classic boat, the Sea Mist.
Yeah, that's a classic boat for sure.
Yeah, well, this one's nice too, though.
It's very unique. This vessel, you don't see too many boats that look like this, do you?
No, it's true. I mean, where's it from? Do you have any background on it?
I think Mike got it in New Jersey. It was a charter fishing boat, which would be perfect for that too, because you just hang your lines over the edge. But yeah, and it's been a good addition to the family.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What's the route, please?
The route, we're on the Branford River now, heading towards Stony Creek Brewery. So it's typically we go that way first, heading upriver, and then we'll spin around up there and head out into Branford Harbor, and get out into the harbor, and that's about it. The river and the harbor.
Yeah, no, it's a great cruise. It's a great route,
You seeing from the water, the perspective of homes and the views from the water are so much different. People that live in Branford, have never been on this, and they don't even know where they are.
No, you're right. Right. It's the only way to see it is from the river.
Yeah, it's a different perspective. That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's beautiful. Those homes across the way, they're just beautiful.
Yeah. Those are new over the last couple of years, so they are. I'm sure they're expensive, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's great. Well, anyway, so
help yourself. Whatever have some oysters.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, right. The world famous Stony Creek oysters.
That's
on
right.
board.
Emily and her family they've been doing that for a long time too, right? They've been around as long as the Sea Mist has been around. It seems like.
Yeah. That's great. Yeah, so everybody's having a great time. There's about 28 people on board. And you can take this cruise. It runs every day, 3 or 4 cruises a day, except Tuesday. And again, call them for booking and any information you want to know, 488-8905. They have an online booking system for both the Sea Mist of the Thimble Island cruise as well as the Island Time Branford River cruise. That's thimbleislandcruise.com. Now, people often say they want to get out on the river. Well, this is one of the least expensive ways to do it. Going by us right now, it's the Surrey. And, it's a nice raft. You can get a nice raft, and you can go out on the river and enjoy it. It's a fantastic world out here. Beautiful weather. Always things to see. Now, as we pass, this is kind of interesting. We pass all these piers here. Now, this is the state boating ramp. You can, this is owned by the state. It's free. It's right by the Branford Yacht Club. You can bring your boat here on a trailer, and you can come down the ramp here. And this gives you access to the Branford River and to Long Island Sound. And over here, what you're seeing now, the boats in these slips. So these are owned by the Branford Yacht Club. Now the Branford Yacht Club's mostly on the other side of the land here, on the Branford Harbor. But what they did was they purchased the land here a few years ago, and they expanded the number of slips. So this is all part now of the Branford Yacht Club. So again, it's a beautiful evening. There's hardly any wind, but it's okay. There's the ramp. There's the state boating ramp I told you about. You can see there's a person now with an SUV pulling up their boat. That is open to the public. It's free. It's owned by the state. So we're going about Let me ask the captain. What's our speed, Captain?
We are currently doing 3 knots.
3 knots. That's a great speed.
Nice and slow, nice and slow.
That's great. Wonderful, wonderful.
Most of the river is no wake anyway, so you have to go slow.
That's right. No, you're right. You're right.
Did you talk to our bartender?
No, I haven't talked to her yet.
Our first mate, Macy. Go talk to her.
All right, I'll talk to Macy. Yeah, we'll ask about the bar. Yeah. There's a big crowd here at the oyster stand, if you will. She's opening them right now, with a knife, and they're really going fast. Okay, so stay with us. Coming up now towards the new Indian Neck Road or the Indian Neck Avenue Bridge there. Say that was built about 3 or 4 years ago, and over there you're looking at Burberry Marina, which is a great marina. It's been operating, I think, since the 1930s. It still hosts and holds lots of boats. And then looking across the river now, you can see those lights on there. That's Nellie Green's restaurant there. See, that's a great restaurant, and that's on the waterfront too. That's the old MIF complex right there. You can see the big smokestacks, which of course aren't used anymore. And those old brick buildings, which were part of the MIF complex, they're all still there. They were all sturdily built by the Hammer family, and they're still in use. But they've been adopted now to a marine use. And right now you're looking right into the Stony Creek Brewery. You can see all the umbrellas that are up, and you see the people there under the umbrellas. They're all having a wonderful time right on the Branford River. They see all the boats going by, and there's outdoor games you can play like bocce. And it's really a great place. And as I said before, this boat we're on, the Island Time from the Infantinos, they leave from there, right? You can get on there every Friday at 4:30 and 6:30. Just call them up, 488-8905, or book online at thimbleislandcruise.com and make your reservation. Now over there, you're looking right now at that's the Indian Neck Yacht Club right there. You see the American flag? So there's lots of recreational use here on the Branford River. It's really terrific. And so you're looking straight ahead now. Captain Pace that we spoke with, he just turned around the vessel, and we're heading back down the river, all the way down past Bruce and Johnson's again, and then we're going right on out to greater Branford Harbor area. You're going to see Branford Point down there. You're going to see the hospice down there, and some beautiful big homes. Now also on the right there, you see that red building. That's new construction. And those are apartments. I believe that's phase 3, which was approved many years ago. It's finally being built by Mr. Moratoli. And if you're in the market for housing, or if there's somebody that wants to live on the river in Branford, those are rental apartments, which will be finished, pretty soon. That'll be a great place to live. It's right by the train station, in fact. You can take Shoreline East just across the street. From there you could take the train into New Haven or into Manhattan or Stamford or whatever. It's a very convenient, great place to live right there. And again, it's a beautiful night. Okay, now over here now on our left, this is the Indian Neck Yacht Club that you're seeing. All these boats there, and up there, that's their clubhouse there, which is kind of a tan color. So if you have a boat, you want a place to keep it, you can certainly keep it there. Just call up the Indian Neck Yacht Club and ask what the procedures are to join, and then you can keep your boat here. So anyway, it's just a great night, and it's wonderful to be here on the Island Cruise. As I said before, it runs daily. There's a late morning cruise and afternoon and evening cruises, and it runs daily except on Tuesdays. And twice a month they have the oyster cruise, which is tonight, and you can buy the Stony Creek oysters right on board. They're opened right on board here, so they're as fresh as possible. All right, so we're on the Branford River. It's a beautiful river. It goes way up 95, and it's just it goes up Route 139. The bridge crosses there. It's a magnificent river. It's nice and clean. I see people swimming in it all the time, boating, kayaking, canoeing. It's become a great recreational resource for the town, and people come from all over the state, to keep their boat here on the Branford River at Branford Harbor. Okay, coming up ahead, here's kind of an interesting story. You see this red boat marked Pilot. The name of the pilot is Olympic. And then there's another boat right behind it, blue and white. Now, on the RTM with me years ago was James Casanova. So anyway, those are his boats. And what he does is he gets calls from some of the oil tankers that come into New Haven Harbor. They want provisions. They want, milk, bread, eggs, alcohol. So they call Jim, and he picks up the supplies, and then he takes them out to the big oil tankers that come into New Haven Harbor. He also now is working out of Newport, so that's what he uses that pilot boat for. And
no, he uses it to change the pilots so they can come into the harbor.
Oh, okay. I was just corrected. All right. So that's an actual pilot boat, which means that as they come into the New Haven Harbor breakwater, he brings the local pilot out to pilot the boat in. Okay, this boat here, the blue and white boat, this is the one that he uses to bring out the orders. The eggs, the butter, the milk, the liquor. So that's a very interesting job that he's got for himself there. And so also I misspoke before. Not Jim Casanova. It's James Amarante. Amarante from the famous New Haven restaurant family, right on the water. Right on the water in the part of town, New Haven, called the Annex. This is Sylvan Point over here, and these are the slips you're seeing with the boats owned by the people of Sylvan Point. At the time those were first built, each slip sold for about $100,000. That was 25 years ago, so I'm sure they've gone up in value since then. Now, you see you see all these beautiful homes. Oh, if you look, you can't see it, but we're passing the Tide Mill House, which is the oldest house in Branford, right over there. I believe it was built, I think in the late 1600s, but there's a small creek there, and they actually used to use the tidal flow to grind, corn and wheat and stuff. That's why they still call it the Tide Mill House. And, you see some of these beautiful homes. They're all up pretty high. I mean, they're all on the river, but they're up high, so they don't have to worry about floods or storms. And, of course, there's a nice crane. That's a rare species that you're seeing, that beautiful white bird there with a long neck, Just beautiful. So there's there's this big turn that we're making now in the river. And again, there's some of the beautiful homes here on the river. Now, there's a big difference between this cruise and the other Infantino cruise, which is on the sea mist of the Thimble Islands. If you take the Thimble Islands cruise, there's a, speaking narration by the captain, and he talks about each island, cut in two, Rogers, all the great islands. He tells the stories, the myths of the Thimble Islands, Captain Kidd. It's really, it's a great, great cruise. But on this cruise, Island Time, it's just the cruise. I mean, they don't really talk about, as to what you see. Here's another person there. It looks like he got some. Looks like he got a few lobster pots there. Now, looking across the river there, you see a nice view of the right. That's the Branford Yacht Club clubhouse there, that big gray building with the flags. Really a beautiful building. And here you see some nice piers with great slips. This particular boat here, Old Salt, is from Point Judith, Rhode Island. There's another one you're seeing, a beautiful cabin cruiser with an open cabin in the back. And I just have to mention the crowd is very happy. They're all having a great time. They're having the, delicious fresh oysters. And of course they're going to the onboard sandbar for drinks. Okay, so we're just coming up on Branford, Bruce and Johnson. So we'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, we're passing now an osprey nest. The osprey is a wonderful bird. They pair and stay together for life. They raise 3 or 4 chicks. They return to the same nest every year. They fly down in the fall all the way to South America, and they come back, to, like I said, the same nest. It's amazing that they find it. And they're great parents to the chicks. They take good care of the chicks. They feed them. I mean, they stay up 24 hours a day. They don't sleep, and they feed the chicks, and then they teach them to fly, teach them to swim. And they were almost extinct, but they were brought back to life, and they're all over the shoreline now. Here's an old boat coming up on our left on the port side, but it's that's all you need to cruise the river. I mean, it's great. It's beautiful. That's out of Stony Creek, and it says. Okay, so we're just coming around the bend here. Bruce and Johnson Safe Harbor Marina is on our left. But right now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the old Goodsell Point Marina. See all these boats in here? They're all in brand new slips. All the old pilings were replaced. I don't know how much it cost, but they did a wonderful job. I was so concerned because for many years, the Goodsell Point piers and all the slips, they weren't being used, they weren't being maintained. I thought they were all about to fall apart. I don't know whether you'd ever be able to get the permits from the state, or the Army Corps of Engineers, to put these slips in again. But so it seemed like at the last minute, somebody bought the old Goodsell Point Marina, and they everything was saved and upgraded, and it's a great recreational resource now on the Branford River. And there's the beautiful homes they built there in the back. It looks like there's 12 or 14 homes. They're still building a few more. There are a few more left, I guess. But And so anyway, it's really, really great to be here. So this is like the main channel here in the Branford Harbor, and it goes by Branford Point. We'll be seeing pretty soon, and then it goes right into the main harbor, which is very wide. It's just beautiful. Across the way there, you see some large new houses being rebuilt and new construction, and that's known as Summer Island out in Indian Neck. So it's a beautiful part of town. The only way you can really see the harbor and the Branford River is to be on the river and see it for yourself from the water. Here's a boat passing us now. That's called the Cooler. There's a bunch of people there on the pier. It's just great to be on the water, on the river, here at Branford Harbor on the Island Time. Captain Mike Infantino's latest boat, which is touring the Branford River. It goes off every day except Tuesdays from Bruce and Johnson's. Great tour. 488-8905 is the phone number, and the online booking system you'll find at thimbleislandcruise.com. This is a gas dock we're approaching now, operated by Safe Harbor, the same company that owns Bruce and Johnson's. They have been acquiring East Coast marinas now for years. They own many of the marinas on the East Coast. This company, Safe Harbor. I believe they bought Bruce and Johnson's in Branford about 12 years ago. So this is a place for you. If you were running low on fuel, you can stop and get some gasoline. The gas price is $3.84, $4.68 for a gallon of diesel. Beautiful sailboats that you're seeing now. We're standing right up front here on the Island Time, and behind us is about 25 very happy people enjoying the oysters. They're getting drinks at the sandbar. They have alcoholic drinks and also non-alcoholic drinks. They have juices for sale. Now it's very wide here, as you can see. You were looking before right across into the Greater Indian Neck area. You just had a look at the people on board. I mean, like I said before, it's a great recreational resource for swimming. I mean, the water's clean. It's really a great transformation. The time I was growing up in Branford, you always worried about the river. Sometimes it would be brown color from, it used to be some factory discharges, and other times the river would be orange. I mean, I used to see it with my own eyes, and of course that's all long gone. And it's really great now. So we're still riding along the Branford Yacht Club. This is their main piers here. This is their main gas dock you're seeing right now. It's kind of hard to see it because we're looking right into the sun. There's another large raft with an outboard motor on the back. I mean, that's all you need to get out on the river. You can come out, you know, on a canoe, or you can come out on a rowboat. And there are places to put your boats in the water for free. It's a whole different world out here. Okay, we're just passing, Branford Point. This is the dock right here that's being rebuilt by the town of Branford, and as you can see, there's a crane there and some heavy equipment. So it is coming along. They're having trouble getting the exact wood that they need, and that's why it's a little bit behind schedule. But it's going to come when it comes out. It's going to be beautiful. People use that as a fishing dock, and it's too bad that it's not open to the public right now. But I mean, when it is eventually open, it's going to be fantastic. And so right now you're looking at the beach there, Branford Point, Parker Park. The Parker Hotel was there. There was 22 hotels in Branford, during the heyday of the late 1800s up to about 1920. And the Parker Hotel right there, that was one of the biggest hotels in Branford. And when the hotel went out of business, they actually gave the land to the town of Branford. And as you can see, it's a beautiful, big piece of land. There's, you can see the tan-colored bathhouses there. The town of Branford under Alex Paluzzi Jr., the Recreation and Parks Director, does a wonderful job. It's staffed during the summer with lifeguards that are well trained, and it's a great resource to the town. This is where they shoot the fireworks off from too every year. It's beginning to go up and down a little bit here with the the waves. The winds have been kicking up, but it's very gentle. So if you do feel a little bit seasick, don't have any qualms about coming out on this trip, because it's very gentle water. Now over there, we're looking at what's known as the castle. I don't know much about it. The owner of that has spent years building it. It looks like it's finished. All I know is he's in the pharmaceuticals business. And it's really an outstanding, striking structure there on the harbor. And right now, you can see a big white sailboat there with the sails furled. And then to the right of that, with the green sign, that's a reflector. That's known as Little Mermaid. And then looking straight across, right, that's hospice. You can see the pink granite there. That was originally built as the world headquarters for Eklund. And then I believe Eklund, when it was acquired by Borg Warner, the headquarters of Eklund was, I believe the purchase price to hospice was $1, and they have a great pool in there that's open to the public and operated by the Recreation Department in Branford. So, and then there's a whole bunch of cottages there you're seeing. That's Lanfear's Cove, Sunrise Cove, and that's a great place. So we're here in the harbor. There's a little bit of wave action. You can tell because the camera's moving up and down a little bit. But again, it's not rough. If you have an issue with being seasick, don't have any qualms about this trip, because it's great. Okay, if you're just joining us, we're here on the Island Time. It's the latest boat from Captain Mike Infantino. As you know, he many years, many decades, he's run the Sea Mist down in the Thimble Islands off Stony Creek. Great tour there, 45 minutes. And last year he expanded, and now he's running Island Time, another ship on the Branford River and Branford Harbor. So we're on the Island Time now. If you're just joining us, and it's about 25, deliriously happy people that they're on this boat tonight. It's such a beautiful night, and we've really just about exited Branford Harbor completely. We're still in transit, and we're going down now towards Indian Neck, and this is on the Long Island Sound side. And you can see some of the houses there off Indian Neck. There's an island there too. You can see some of the houses on the island. And it's just a great evening to be out here tonight. And, you may have lived in Branford all your life. And possibly, you haven't ever taken a cruise on the Branford River and seen Branford Harbor. So this is your chance now. You can take the cruise on the Island Time. It's an hour and a half. It goes usually 3 or 4 times a day from Bruce and Johnson's on Block Island Road. Tuesday they're closed, but every other day they're cruising the river. So Captain Mike Pace has just turned around the Island Time, and we're now heading back into the harbor, and then we'll be going up the river and back to Bruce and Johnson's. Right now you're looking at, as I said before, Hospice, which used to be the Eklund World Headquarters. It's a great cruise, and everybody's happy. Lots of friendly people you meet. Now, this is July 3rd, so tomorrow, July 4th, and the whole rest of the weekend, it's going to be so crowded out here, with all the boats. But everybody has a wonderful time. I mean, this is the place to be. It's got all the marinas right in Branford Harbor, Branford River. I mean, we got the world famous Thimble Islands off Stony Creek, which are just, to see those are just fantastic. So, we have a great waterfront here in the town of Branford. Lots to see. So we're just about to pick up a little speed. We're going about 3 knots on our way back to the Bruce and Johnson, which is where this boat is kept. And that's where it leaves from, except for Fridays, because Friday, 2 of the cruises, 4:30 and 6:30, those 2 cruises leave from the Stony Creek Brewery. So you can, spend an hour or so at the brewery, and then you can take the 4:30 boat on Friday or the 6:30 boat, because both of them leave from the Stony Creek Brewery, which is on the Branford River. It's not in Stony Creek. So it's been great to be with you, and I hope you've enjoyed our trip, taking you on the Branford River, Branford Harbor. It's been just wonderful to be on the Island Time, and be sure to take it. It's really great. And let me just give you the information one more time. To make reservations, it's 488-8905. And there's an online booking system for this cruise, the Island Time on the Branford River, as well as the Sea Mist for the Thimble Islands cruise. And the website for both is thimbleislandcruise.com. So for Captain Mike Pace, And for Henry Pond, it's been great to be with you today. And I think we're going to be taking you out next on an oyster boat. So that'll be a great trip too. So until next time, I'm Frank Toohill. Goodbye.